Hello, I'm Sebastian. Welcome to 9 Trees podcast. Today, I will summarize and review the book. The Book of Wealth, 10 Steps to Financial Freedom by Brian Kim is a practical personal finance guide built around a simple promise: money becomes less stressful when your actions follow a clear sequence. Rather than treating wealth as a mystery reserved for high earners, the book frames financial freedom as a set of repeatable behaviors that can be learned, practiced, and improved over time. Its 10-step structure suggests a roadmap that begins with the fundamentals of clarity and control, then moves into debt management, saving systems, and investing habits designed for long-term growth. The focus is not on flashy shortcuts or complex trading, but on building a stable financial base that supports real-life goals. Readers can expect actionable planning, mindset shifts that reduce self-sabotage, and a framework for tracking progress in a way that keeps motivation high. It is positioned for people who want direction, simplicity, and momentum. I will give you key takeaways from this book. Firstly, defining financial freedom and setting measurable targets. A 10-step wealth plan typically starts by clarifying what financial freedom actually means for the reader, because vague goals like "be rich" rarely translate into consistent decisions. The book's approach can be understood as turning an emotional desire for security into measurable targets: a specific emergency fund level, a debt-free date, an investment contribution rate, and a future lifestyle number tied to expected expenses. This topic matters because it connects money management to values, which makes it easier to say no to purchases that do not serve the plan. It also helps reduce anxiety by replacing uncertainty with a scoreboard. A practical framework here is to map short-term stability goals, medium-term milestones, and long-term independence goals, then attach timelines and monthly actions. Readers benefit from learning to distinguish between income, net worth, and cash flow, and to focus on the variables they can control. By setting targets that are realistic and regularly reviewed, the reader can create a path that is personalized, adaptive, and resilient when life changes. Secondly, building a budgeting system that actually gets followed. The second major theme in a structured wealth roadmap is building a spending plan that works in real life, not just on paper. Many people fail at budgeting because they rely on willpower or overly strict rules, then abandon the plan after one bad month. A more durable system usually centers on visibility and automation, knowing where money goes, assigning it a purpose, and creating routines that require minimal daily effort. This topic emphasizes that budgeting is less about restriction and more about directing cash flow toward priorities. Readers can expect guidance on tracking fixed costs versus variable spending, finding the true baseline of essential expenses, and identifying the leaks that quietly drain progress. The most effective systems also include planned fund money, which prevents burnout and makes consistency possible. A 10-step approach often encourages using separate accounts or categories for bills, savings, and discretionary spending, along with scheduled check-ins that keep the numbers current. The outcome is control without obsession, and a process that supports saving and investing even when motivation dips. Thirdly, eliminating debt and protecting cash flow. Debt is often the biggest barrier between a stable paycheck and true financial freedom, because high interest payments reduce cash flow and limit choices. A step-based wealth plan typically treats debt reduction as both a math problem and a behavior problem. On the math side, readers learn to understand interest rates, minimum payments, and how debt payoff accelerates when payments increase. On the behavior side, readers confront the spending patterns and triggers that created the balances in the first place. This topic commonly covers prioritizing toxic high-interest debt, building a payoff strategy that fits the reader's psychology, and avoiding the cycle of paying off a card only to refill it. It also highlights the importance of maintaining a small emergency cushion while paying down debt so unexpected expenses do not force new borrowing. Beyond payoff tactics, the theme includes protecting cash flow by reducing recurring obligations, negotiating bills, and creating margins in the budget. When debt shrinks, financial decisions become proactive rather than reactive, enabling faster saving, investing, and long-term planning. Fourthly, saving foundations, emergency funds, goals, and simple automation. Wealth building becomes far easier when the basics are protected, and that starts with saving systems that prevent small problems from turning into financial disasters. This topic focuses on establishing an emergency fund size to the reader's situation, along with separate goal-based savings for predictable expenses like car repairs, travel, education, or a future home. A key idea in a step-by-step plan is that saving should be automatic and frictionless. Money moves to savings right after income arrives, not after spending is finished. This reduces decision fatigue and removes the temptation to treat leftover cash as permission to treat leftover cash as permission to spend. Readers can also benefit from learning how to prioritize savings goals, sequence them, and track progress with milestones that stay motivating. The theme extends to lifestyle design, where stable savings allow the reader to take calculated risks like career moves or starting a side income stream. By creating buffers, the reader is less likely to rely on credit, less likely to panic during setbacks, and more able to stay consistent with long-term investing even during volatile periods. Lastly, Investing for Long-Term Growth and Sustainable Independence, a 10-step guide to financial freedom usually culminates in investing, because saving alone rarely keeps pace with long-term goals. This topic centers on building an investing habit aligned with risk tolerance, time horizon, and a clear definition of the future lifestyle the reader wants. Rather than promoting speculative strategies, a practical wealth framework tends to emphasize consistency, diversification, and patience. Readers are typically guided to understand the role of compounding, the importance of fees, and why staying invested often matters more than timing the market. The theme also includes choosing an appropriate asset mix, increasing contributions over time, and maintaining discipline through market ups and downs. Investing is presented not as a one-time decision, but as a system tied to monthly cash flow and life stages. This topic also connects investing to independence by encouraging the reader to calculate a target portfolio size based on expected expenses and to develop a plan for transitioning from accumulation to stability. The overall message is that long-term freedom is built through repeated, automated actions sustained over years. In conclusion, this book is best suited for readers who want a straightforward path to improve their finances, especially those who feel overwhelmed by conflicting advice or who have tried budgeting and saving without lasting success. It can also benefit early career professionals, families balancing rising costs, and anyone who needs a step-by-step structure to rebuild confidence after debt or inconsistent spending. The main life benefit comes from turning money into a reliable system, clearer goals, better cash flow control, fewer surprises, and a plan that steadily moves the reader from short-term stability to long-term independence. As momentum builds, the reader gains options such as changing jobs, starting a business, relocating, or simply enjoying life with less stress. Compared with similar personal finance books, the value of a 10-step framework is focus. Instead of an endless list of tips, the reader gets a sequence that helps prioritize what to do first and what to do next, which is often the missing piece. For buyers who want practical direction more than theory, this book offers a structured approach that is easy to implement and track over time. If you would like to support Brian Kim, you can buy the book through the Amazon link I've provided in the podcast description. After reading the book, please let me know what you think and share your thoughts. See you around.